Hello traders, I've got a short, sweet and quick one for you today. It's the APZ, or the Adaptive Price Zone Indicator. It is a reversal indicator, very easy to understand. It's very simple. Essentially what you have are two lines. We've got an upper line and we've got a lower line, and they are basically just exponential moving averages. Now, if you're familiar with Bollinger Bands, you're going to be very familiar with the APZ. They act in a very similar manner, and the purpose of the APZ is to find potential reversals. And so the idea is price, for the most part, and if you look back here, you can see that for the most part, price sticks within the bands, doesn't touch the bands. But when it does touch the bands, for instance, right here, then you can start looking for reversal plays. Now, with any indicator, of course, it's not going to be magic. It's not going to tell you, hey, it hit the band, buy or sell. You've got to use some sort of other means, price action, order flow, whatever it is that you want to use. So the APZ is just a form of measurement to help you spot these areas. So if we were going, this is a 2000 tick chart on the ES. The first place that we hit was here, and sure enough, it reverses. All right, at least for a small gain. And then it hits again up here and comes back a little bit, then pushes up and then reverses. So like I said, not magic, of course, but this might have given you an indication that perhaps you should start looking for those shorts. You should start looking for them, okay? And as we follow along, it's not touching anything. Then it gets way into the weeds right here, bounces around quite a bit. But again, it was early on the signal, but again, it does start reversing shortly after that. So on this day, it was a pretty good warning sign, with the exception of maybe here. That's getting late in the day. It barely touches and gives a small pullback before it runs up. We'll go to the next day. Now, I will warn you that this changes. These bands will change based on the time period. So if I switch this to a 1 minute chart, you might get areas that are touching that on the 1 minute chart are not touching, and vice versa. Areas on the 2000 tick that aren't, but they are touching on the 1 minute chart. Or 5 minute, or whatever period it is that you want to use. So that's what I'm saying. Indicators obviously aren't magic. They're just kind of there to help you visualize things. So let's go through this one real quick. Early in the day, there wasn't any activity. You don't touch the band at all, but then here you get the touch. Gives you one last push and then reverses. You get the touch here. That was way early. Keeps going down. Hopefully you didn't try to get in right there, because it just was moving like a freight train. So I don't know if we can count that as a touch or not, or maybe we'll count it as a failed touch. And then throughout the rest of the day, you don't get much. Doesn't quite make it to there. It just kind of floats around. So you really only had one good signal on that day. And then we'll look at one more day, because you get the point. This is super easy indicator. Here we go. So 7:30, breaks it right there. That's obvious. And this is an immediate crash. Hits there. This is a total failure. So it touches down here, starts going sideways, and then keeps going. So there was absolutely no reversal at that point. I gave you a small pullback if you want to be kind to the indicator. And then I guess maybe that's a touch, if you want to call it one. Pushes down just a little bit more. That seems to be fairly common. And then it starts going up. And that's about it for that day. It gets super close here before this big reversal. That looks like about it. So, man, as far as explaining indicators go, this is an easy one. It's kind of a fun little indicator, one you never really hear about. So play around with it if you like. Again, that is the AP, as in Paul, Z, the adaptive price zone indicator. All right, guys, if you like this video, I'm going to pop up my big fat face here at the end. Click on that to subscribe, or just watch the next video that comes up. Do me that favor. All right? All right. Peace out.